I got an email today from a woman reader who has always followed me, and I respect her a lot. Doesn't need to mention her name because I didn't get permission to. A and B. It's irrelevant. But I want to talk about this because it's important, and I just don't go out and rip people to rip people. There is a cause and an effect. There is reasons and all that. So a couple weeks ago, I really got pretty down and heavy on this Jenny Kavnar. She's the cable broadcaster, play by play broadcaster for the A's, the Oakland A's. Fuck the other Sacramento, Vegas. It's ridiculous. And this story, in fact, the A's in general haven't gotten much play because of the situation regarding their criminal owner and their moves and means and all that. But it's important. I wanted to go over my criticism, my rather overt ripping, if you will, of Jenny Kavnar and this email that I got from a woman who I respect quite a bit because she follows news events. She's always chiming in, and she's very astute. Don't always agree with her, but she makes some very decent points. Keep in mind, she's a woman, and she sent me this email talking about Jenny Kavnar. She put the game on, and they were playing in Chicago, the A's, and she just by chance watched and heard this Jenny Kavnar, who is, and she put it in simple terms, the woman emailer. This Kavnar, she said, is simply unqualified. That's what she said. She said, whether it's a woman or a guy or whomever, a bear or a polar bear or a whatever, simply unqualified. And I thought about that. And, I don't want to pat myself on the back again, but I'm going to pat myself on the back. Nobody in the Bay Area, or for that matter, even nationally, nobody will and nobody can say this, especially locally. Why? Because they'll be deemed as misogynist. They'll be called out. They'll be considered for the cancel culture when they should be free to voice their opinion, much like I do, because I am not obligated or beholden to these creatures, publications like the Chronicle or SF Gate or television stations, radio stations, who dare not even come close to saying what I just said and have said in the past. Jenny Kavnar, God bless her soul, she's not ready. And as the emailer pointed out, is simply unqualified. Why is she on the air? Because they needed a diversion. They knew that their reputation, this organization, was absolute garbage, from their fan base to the citizens who have followed this team to everybody. They wanted a diversion. They wanted to be revolutionary in their own mind and creative. So they put this unqualified woman on the air. Not because she was good. And I want to make this point again. I don't know her. She seems, and I've been told, like a real nice person. It's not her fault that they put her on the air. And look, a lot of it has to do with her voice. That's not her fault. She simply does not have the it factor. She's annoying. She comes off as annoying. She's absolutely fundamentally, many a times, given the wrong name or the wrong account of the game. We all make mistakes. Hello? Everybody, Hall of Fame announcers, make mistakes. It's a part of life. She routinely, Miss Kavnar, constantly makes mistakes, but it goes beyond that. Once again, she simply isn't qualified. Nobody will say it. They can't. And if by saying that, they put themselves, possibly their career, on the situation at risk, is what I'm trying to say. You dare not criticize a woman. The fact that she's bad, the fact that she's not qualified, the fact that she basically got the job, not because of talent, not because of up and coming virtues, not because she's got the rigors of the game, she's got it down, she's got acumen, sports acumen, all that. She got it simply because she is a woman. That rattles the hell out of me. I wanted to clarify the situation. You know, I can be complimentary. In an earlier broadcast, I was very complimentary of a specific Bay Area sports figure who I thought was worthy of a particular job. You know, I've often said, look at the WNBA. That's true. Doris Burke, uh, Helen Winslow. Uh, there are qualified people out there, women. I love Doris Burke. Does the NBA for ABC. She's good. She knows what the hell she's talking about. She doesn't make mistakes up the yin yang. She gives you an apt description and account of the game. Jenny Kavnar is not qualified. It is a absolute insult to every hard working person out there who wants to be a play-by-play broadcaster. By the way, including women who are good, who are talented, who are up and comers, but for whatever reason, they're not hired, or maybe they're waiting to get their chance. A lot of this is like life. You have opportunities come up. It's a very, very high demand job. Very few applicants actually get the position. But if you're good enough, if you're qualified, then you have as much, if not more, of an opportunity to get a position, whether it's in baseball, in tennis, in basketball. There are certain women broadcasters who have paid their dues, who have begun to get opportunities in the profession I'm not fans of. I've said as much here. You know who I'm talking about, among a lot of others. There's some guys who I can't stand. I've said here, locally, think about the San Francisco Giants, who I've applauded and not applauded. But with regards to Kavnar, she doesn't do her job. She gives mistake after mistake after mistake. The insult here, folks, is the fact that she was put in this position. I'll give her that. She didn't force the A's to hire her. She didn't put a gun to their head. She was used and is being used simply because of her gender, as if that only is the means necessary to put her on the microphone next to that other idiot, who I won't even go down, that Dallas Brayton, who talks and talks and talks and talks and talks. But I'm talking here about Kavnar. It defies logic. I'm being naive for a reason here, folks. I know that's the ways and means in today's world. It's oftentimes, it's not qualification, it's not talent, it's gender, it's race that is put into prominence more. And that's a crime. That's why I'm naive. I'm not negating that. But Kavnar is a force and a phenomena into of itself. I cannot believe they're not major league. They're a minor league operation playing in a minor league park. But even by their standards, they put this woman on the air. And I don't give a damn whether she's a woman, as I've said a million times, a guy, a reptile, whatever. She's not qualified. That's a good description, plain and simple. She's not qualified. Nobody can say that. I can. I'm not beholden to forces that are very powerful. Fortunately, if you come here, like many of you do, to get what you won't get anywhere else, I'm not happy about saying this. I'm just telling you the obvious.